Mark, congratulations on being here. Can you just walk me through what yesterday was like, what the team did? Was it a whole group together watching the game, and what were your reactions as Italy kept piling up those runs?
Yeah, we were certainly focused on the game, Jeff. We went over to Andy Pettit's house as a coaching staff. He made the best fillets and steaks, hung out with him, watched the game. I know the players were they were in a room, like a conference room at the hotel watching the game. Yeah, fortunate to be in. Italy played 4-0 in pool play. Very underestimated coming into this thing. Certainly not anymore. Played a hell of a series. Yeah, hats off to them. They bailed us out.
Go to John next.
Hey, Mark, is there anything that you want to clarify about the timeline of when all the tiebreakers became clear to you?
Yeah, it's just an overly confident statement on hot stove, period, the end. And it's my fault. I felt good about where we were after Mexico. Listen, us hanging out in the clubhouse is everything I ever dreamed of creating. You got to buy into this thing super quick and try and create a team. And for those players to invite the coaches in and for us to spend time together and enjoy a huge win that we hadn't had in 20 years was something that, you know, I looked around the room and it was super special to me. We did not lose sight of the fact that we had to go out and play well against Italy. They played a hell of a game. They smacked us in the mouth early. They got up big. We went into that game prepared to win it. I think there's a couple false narratives out there, but no, I was well aware that we had to win that game based on all the scenarios that could take place. I mean, they went in 2-0, we went in 2-0. We knew they were playing Mexico the next day. We knew there was tiebreaker rules involved. So I can understand the questions about lineup and pitching situations. We were up against, you know, a lot of guardrails with regards to teams, the deployment of certain relievers, how many pitches they can use, whether they can go back out, whether they can clean up innings, and you're just trying to piece it together in real time.
And then with those pitching moves before this round, can you share what those roster moves are in terms of who is off, who is on, and how you're planning to
Yeah, we just added Will Vest from the Tigers, Tyler Rogers, and Tim Hill from the Yankees. So they will replace, I believe, Ryan Yarbrough, Tarek Skubal, Michael Waka. Boyd is not. He is not here. He has gone back. That, you know, and I completely understand that. There's a lot of pressure from the parent clubs to get these guys ramped up for the start of the season. And if he's going to be the opening day starter for the Cubs, we had to guarantee him innings. The game's got to dictate now. You just can't. You know, pool play's a different animal. Trying to weave our way through it from a pitching standpoint. All bets are off now.
Go to Ken.
Mark, with regard to the position players, are you under the same obligations to get guys in that you are with the pitchers? Do you have to do that?
No, Ken. I'm not under the same obligations. I feel like I have 14 unbelievable position players in that room that I trust wholeheartedly. I don't think there's an A lineup and a B. I just don't believe that in my heart. I think Ernie Clement, I think Paul Goldschmidt might play a huge role off the bench. I thought he was deserving of a start in that moment. I really did. When I looked at the lineup, I felt confident going in. Bottom line, I mean, I also look at it from a player's perspective. Like, Bryce Harper was struggling a little bit. I know it's 3 games, but from the dugout, I've played with him for a long time. So it's like, hey, maybe we get him off his feet today. We get Goldie in there. We allow him to work with Sean Casey, Matt Holliday. Maybe something clicks, and we get him right back in there and going. So Gunnar Henderson was deserving of a start. I mean, he was 4 for 5 the game before, hit a huge homer for us. We talked about this. We walked through potentially moving Alex Bregman to second base. We kind of squashed that when we left Arizona, and that not being the case. So the only way to get him in there was to give Bregman a day off his feet. So there's a design to all this. There truly is a design, and even on the pitching side.
Go to Anthony next.
DeRosa, it's one thing to come into this with such high expectations with so little margin for error, you know, game to game. And it's another now that you guys had this sort of near-death experience. What can that do for these guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then also, what can you tell us about Canada and that opponent?
I mean, scrappy bunch. I mean, bottom line, and they're swinging the bats. I mean, a bunch of guys in their lineup from Toro to Casey are swinging the bats well. Yeah, new lease on life for the boys. Certainly. I put ourselves in a tough spot. Tip our hat to Vinny Pasquantino and Italy. Truly, went into that game a little overly confident and got a huge wake-up call, and we turn the page and go to Canada. Bottom line, the guys are fired up to be in that room and get rolling.
Go to Jeff next.
Just for roster stuff, Waka's gone, Scooble's gone, Yarborough's gone, Boyd's gone, Clay Holmes is gone, correct?
Clay Holmes is still in there. I think he'll work out with us, but yes, I believe it's 99% he's going back to Port St. Lucie.
So will there be 2 more additions between?
There can't be. There can be one more addition after the quarterfinal game,
Okay,
which will be Joe Ryan.
got it. And how do you anticipate Joe slotting in? Because you've got Webb.
Joe will be ready for the
Schemes.
17th if and when we make it to the championship. So it'll be a little Nolan McLean, Joe Ryan situation there. We'll figure that out.
Anything else for Mark? Ken?
Do you have one more slot for a reliever? I thought you could add 4. Just 3?
Well, what will happen is Clayton Kershaw will come off after the quarterfinal game, and then Joe Ryan will take his place.
Okay,
So that'll be 4.
got it.
Anything else for Mark before we let him leave? We'll finish with John.
U.S. Canada, we always talk hockey too. Did you watch those 2 gold medal games, men's and women's? What were your thoughts about that?
I did, and actually Jack Hughes sent the boys a nice little fire-up little message that I put out on their group chat, and I know there's talks of some hockey jerseys being sent in tomorrow for the guys to wear during BP or out and about the clubhouse. So yeah, firmly aware of the gold medal run there.
We'll finish with Bob.
If there's any chance tomorrow night, if it's get a little lopsided, will you try to do anything possible to get Kershaw in that game?
I would love to get Clayton a little run, but it's win or go home. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I get 10 relievers in there that are raring to go, so I would think that would be a long shot, but we'll see.
All right, Mark, thanks so much.
All right.
And Logan Webb should be down in a few minutes.
Yeah, Logan, so how was it last night watching the game with a bunch of guys just stayed together at the hotel? Or
Yeah. Obviously not the situation we wanted to be in, but we were all watching it, kind of going in and out of we had a room set up for us, so, but happy with the outcome.
when do you guys realize, I mean, when they put up a 5 spot, then did you guys go nuts or just quietly shook hands? Or?
Yeah, we were excited. I was actually, I went in the room, I think went up 2-0, and then I got my family here, so we were eating, and Will Smith was actually sitting across the table next to us. And I got up and high-fived him. We were all excited. So I think everyone in the restaurant, I was fist bumping. So it was exciting.
Other questions for Logan? John?
Logan, how do you describe just the emotions of those 24 hours? As an athlete, you're so used to having your own fate right in front of you. To not have it for those 24 hours, how agonizing was that?
Yeah, it's tough when stuff's not in your control. I think that was the hardest part. But shout out Italy for getting it done. I thought Vinny's post-game interview was pretty funny. But like I said, not the situation we wanted to be in, but here we are on to Canada, and we got 3 more to win.
The emotion of pitching here in the WBC, what surprised you about the experience in your first start?
Probably just when the national anthem came on, there were some emotions that I haven't felt in a long time. So it was exciting. It was weird going from spring training games to this. Still, it's like a dream that I'm still in. Get to pitch in a win or go home game. I think that's what we dream of as athletes. And I can't wait to feel I'm sure the emotions will be even higher tomorrow.
And then just in terms of your stuff and the way that it is right now, how do you describe where you feel like you're at and what you liked and what pitches you felt were really working for you in the first one?
I felt good. I felt physically good. I think my changeup was probably the one pitch that I felt really good about. I like pitching here. I think I've pitched well here in the past. So, yeah, just got to keep it rolling tomorrow.
Go to Anthony and then Jeff.
Hey, Logan, I don't know how much attention you paid to the Olympic hockey games, a couple weeks back. Maybe you can comment on that. But, the World Series last year was an American team and a Canadian team. That was USA-Canada. This is USA-Canada. What do you make of this sports rivalry we got going on here?
Yeah, it's been good so far. So we just got to keep it going. It's that's you have rivalries. This is my first time playing for a national team for a country. I have rivals during the season, but I don't think it matches up to anything like this. So I couldn't be more, like I said, it's going to be crazy tomorrow. I'm just going to take it all in and go out there and give it my best.
Go to Jeff, straight back.
Logan, there are about a half dozen pitchers on the team who are going to be leaving between the pool play round and the knockout round. You chose to stay. I'm not asking you to compare yourself to them necessarily, but why was this important to you to stay? And how difficult was it to navigate all of the calendar issues that could pose themselves in a situation like this?
Yeah, it's tough. I completely understand where all those guys are coming from. Especially the guys that had come out of the bullpen that are starters during the season. Some guys that I think are probably starting opening day for their team. So it's difficult. For me, it wasn't. I know this is a longer kind of in between starts for me, but we were able to map it out. We had a lot of conversations, and I guess I was just kind of one of the lucky ones that got to kind of keep it the same. I think this, like I said, the 7 days in between is different for me, but I think it might end up being a good thing because of the high energy that I was given the first game.
Go to Bob next.
Kind of a follow-up, Logan. Will you stay with the team in Miami? Go with them?
Yeah. I'm here throughout. I want to see it through. I've no offense to the teams that I've played on before. I love all those guys, but this is probably the most fun I've ever had with a group of guys, and I want to see it all the way through. We've got 3 games to go. Start tomorrow, and then hopefully winning a gold at the end.
Go to Jeff in the third row.
I don't feel like you would say that you're having fun if you weren't learning things or picking up things. Is there either conversation you've had with a guy who you didn't know beforehand or a tip that you've gotten that you feel like you're going to carry forward in your career?
I think when you put yourself in a room with all these guys, it kind of pushes you to work a little harder because these are the best of the best. You kind of see the routines that they have. Everyone's different. It's fun to watch these guys put in work every single day and get themselves prepared. I think that's the biggest thing that I've gotten from this. I prepare myself, but some of these guys, it's pretty cool to watch. I know Paul's pretty intense with everything he does, so it's fun to see. It's fun to see these guys. You want to be the best that you can be, and I get to share the room with a lot of the best players in the world. So if I didn't take away stuff from them, it'd be kind of dumb of me.
John up front.
When you look at Canada's lineup, Logan, what are some of the things that stand out to you? And are there guys in that lineup that you know well from playing against them or with them in the past?
Yeah, I faced a lot of those guys. It's a tough lineup. It's going to be a challenge, but looking forward to it. Yeah, I faced a lot of them. I think I've every single one from the lineups that we've seen. So it's going to be a challenge, but it'll be a fun challenge.
Anything else for Logan, Bob?
Yeah, and with Clayton Kershaw here, was there anything you picked up in these 10 days that you'll always take with you?
Man, he's just the best guy you could possibly be around. Pretty humble for being one of the best, probably the best left-handed pitcher of all time. So I think it's more just hanging out with him, not really. I'm not going to learn a lot from I probably can't throw his curveball or his slider that he throws. So, but it's kind of the same thing, right? You see how he prepares himself. It was fun I know he didn't get in the game, but he was excited. He came in, he was like, I was throwing BBs out there. I was throwing hard. So, he's awesome. And it's been unbelievable to be around him.
Anything else for Logan? We'll go back to Anthony.
You mentioned, obviously, yesterday you guys were pretty plugged in to that game, but just in general with the tournament going on elsewhere, and when you're not on the field or working out or what have you been able to pay much attention to the tournament? Do you feel like emotionally invested in scouting and that kind of thing?
Not necessarily scouting. You see the lineups. I definitely was looking at the pool that we're facing. I think it's Pool A, if I'm not mistaken. So I was kind of looking at the lineups. I didn't know if it was going to be Puerto Rico, Canada, or Cuba. So I was looking at it. I was it's hard to really watch the games. I've watched a couple. We were watching this game, but I was also kind of following the Dominican and Venezuela game yesterday. Was pretty fun to watch. There's a lot of bat flips going on over there. A lot of star power. So, this tournament's awesome. I really enjoyed it. I'm really enjoying it. And you just kind of see the energy that guys have for their country, and I think we're giving that off too. So, I've been following. It's been fun to see. But the scouting part, it's kind of just looking at lineups and not knowing who I was going to face. You kind of take a guess, you kind of look at some things, but now that we have 2 days to prepare, it'll be a little bit easier.
Couple last ones. All right, Logan, thank you so much. Appreciate it.